Hey everyone, it's Nick with Us versus Herd. I'm going to be talking about Coinbase and kind of like the crypto industry right now. The crypto industry is in turmoil. It's a disaster. And last week, it's actually been going on for a while with Celsius and Voyager and everyone halting deposits and the whole meltdown. But Coinbase is a publicly traded company. Okay, about a week ago, 3 people were charged with wire fraud. And one of the things that I want to say is, before we get into the SEC probe and everything like that, crypto as an industry is very anti-regulation. Nobody wants to be regulated. Like, oh no, the government is bad. We're going to do all this thing until you had Luna blow up. You then had Celsius halt deposits and they're going bankrupt. Voyager going bankrupt, and then you kind of see it with their bankruptcy documents and all that, how it's kind of all intertwined. It's like this guy loaned money to this guy who made loans on those loans that then used customer deposits to make loans and do all this stuff and gain yield. And the one thing that I will say, through all of this, whether you're anti-regulation or not, is human nature is human nature. Greed is always going to win. And the reason why we have regulations in, banking, in the stock market, is because of this, because these things happened in the past in the stock market, in banking. I mean, why do you think that, the banks collapsed in 2008? Same situation. You're not going to change human nature. People on the inside, they're always going to be greedy. They're always going to want more. They're always, OpenSea was another one. They were front running NFTs. I mean, you're not. This is not just for crypto. I mean, this is banking in the financial industry as a whole, and that's why we have regulation. Then came in, today, where the SEC is probing Coinbase on some of their products and securities, or what they call securities. Says the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission is scrutinizing whether the company illegitimately let users trade digital assets that haven't been registered as securities. So this is bad. This is real bad. And then they specifically say this is separate from the wire fraud charges that took place last week. So this is the argument over how to classify cryptocurrency is controversial. So, they might get away with it. But the one thing that I will say is the common person, the retail investor, again, is getting hurt in this. They are the ones losing their money. They're the ones locked up, in Celsius, and I don't know what's going to happen to Coinbase, but this could be the nail in the coffin for Coinbase. And if you're holding your money, before we get into the Coinbase chart, if you're holding your money on an exchange, get it out of there, get it into your wallet. If you want to start withdrawing funds, maybe use separate exchanges, stuff like that. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, because we don't know what's going to happen. There's a lot of things going on in the back end. You can kind of see how FTX is involved in all of this, and they've been running back end deals and part of different deals as well. And they try to buy Voyager's business, and let's just say a lot of shady stuff is going on. A lot of people are making a lot of money, legitimately and illegitimately. And there is currently no regulation. But because of this stuff happening and common people getting ripped off, regulation is going to come, which I think, for me, honestly, I welcome it. Welcome regulation. Make it safer. Make it for everybody. And then if things happen, we have a process to either recover our funds, or we have a process to invest in or trade in, and know what the rules are. And if they do get broken, those people will be prosecuted, and hopefully the people that got ripped off will be made whole, or at least hopefully mostly whole. But let's go into the chart. I mean, Coinbase right now, I know crypto has been getting demolished, but I mean, Coinbase by itself, I mean, if let's look at the full chart here. Came up high of 429 back when the IPO was, currently at 52. It's been hanging on. It hit a low of 40. It's been hanging on pretty much between 50 and 75. Now, I don't know what the future holds for this. But right now, I still think that it is early on in the process, and the government is going to start hammering crypto hard. They're going to start coming for it pretty hard, especially with the amount of funds that are either locked up, stolen, or, illegitimately used. Like if you're using customer deposits, and a lot of these companies are not audited, right? So because they don't have any like rules or regulations to abide by, and that's why we have regulation, that's why we have audits, and that's why we have these checks and balances, so these things don't happen. And sure, people like Wells Fargo and all those people still get in trouble. Wells Fargo today still gets in trouble, but there is a process to identify and then rectify the issue. Where Coinbase is still early. I do agree. Crypto is going to be around for a long time, but in order for it to succeed, I do believe it has to be regulated. So let me know what your thoughts are. Leave a comment. As always, stay safe, stay green. It's us first heard.